Hello and welcome to yet another React component creation tutorial. Today we're going to take a look at creating a progress bar, which is a pretty useful component to have in your arsenal of components. So let's get straight into it. So create a new folder here called the progress bar. I'm going to just create this in the containers folder. It doesn't matter where you create it. We need to import React like this. We need to import styled components like that, and we will also need the prop types. So like that, there we go. And now we can create our components here. So we're going to export default progress bar, and it's going to be a class, of course. Like that. And then we need a simple render method. And here we want to return our JSX. Great. And now we need to create the HTML components to create this progress bar. So one of the things we need is an outer container. So we're going to create that now, and we're going to call that the track. It's going to be a div, and this will have some properties. The width will be 100%. We're going to set the height to 20 pixels for now. Let's set the background color to let's say something really dark, and some border radius, take 10 pixels for that. And then we're also going to have a inset box shadow here. So a box shadow inset 0 0, and then we're going to have it 5 pixels wide, and it's going to be completely black for now. Perfect. And now we can use this track here like that, and we can save this for now and just import it into our main starting point class here. So import progress bar from progress bar like that, and then we can use it in here. Perfect. So now if we open up our application, you can see that we have a nice progress bar here, just in the center, because I've centered it to make it easier to see it. And this is the track, but now of course we need the thumb, which will fill and show the actual percentage of this progress bar. So let's go back here, and now we're going to create another HTML component, which is going to be a div, and this we're going to call thumb. And this will have the width of this will be calculated, and it will be calculated using the style component props. So you can set that the width is equal to, and then we're going to use the props here. So props dot percentage like this, and then we need to end it with a percentage sign because we're going to use numbers here. We also need a height, and the height will be 100% of the track. Perfect. We also need a background color, and I have a nice color here for the primary color, and that is going to be, let's see, 6BCCF9. Good. And then we also want some border radius here. Border radius. I'm going to set this to 8 pixels. And the last thing we actually need here is a way, because Well, I'm going to add that in a bit actually. I'm just going to show you how it looks without it. So we can add a thumb here, like that, and then we also need some percentage here. So percentage, if I can type, and we're going to set that to 50% for now. And if we go back to our application, badam, we can now see that our progress bar is 50% in progress. Cool. Now let's just add a state to our outer component. And let's add some percentage here. Let's say 20 as a starting point. And then we want to pass this to the progress bar. This.state.percentage. Perfect. And now we need a way to handle this. So we're going to take the class and we're going to define the prop types. Perfect. And now we need to define percentage here, and this is going to be a number, and now we can pass that in here just like that. Good. And now maybe we can add a button here so we can alter the percentage up and down so we can see the progress bar move. So let's just add a button here, and let's call this increase. And when this is clicked, we want to set the percentage part of the state to the previous and just add 10. And then we can add another one and just do the same thing but decrease. So decrease, and then we're going to take minus here. And now if you go back, you can see that we have an increase and decrease button here. And if I press these, the progress bar is moving. Great. But we need some animations here, don't we? So let's do that now. Go back to the progress bar component. And inside here, we're going to add some CSS transitions, a transition basically. So we can do this by typing transition width, and then we want some timing. So let's say 0.3 seconds, and we're going to go ease in and out, so it is smooth transition. And now if we test this out, you can see that the transition is working beautifully. However, we have a problem. What happens if the percentage goes below 0 or above 100? So let's try this. Do you see? It gets really weird. So we need some way to clamp the value here between 0 and 100. And we can do that by defining a new function here. I'm going to call that clamp. And this is going to take in 3 parameters. It's going to be the min and the actual value and then the max. And then we want to return math.min, math.max, and we're going to throw in the min and the value here, and as a other parameter here we're going to pass in max. So this is basically a function to clamp the value between 0 and 100 now. If we use this like this, and for the min value we're going to pass in 0, and for the max 100. So that's really good. So let's test this out. So let's decrease it to 0 and make sure that nothing happens. And let's increase it to 100, and that looks very good actually. So now we have a fully functioning progress bar here, and you can do whatever you want with this. You can define some properties here just to change the coloring. You can have a default color scheme here and just throw that in. But I think this looks really nice for now. And you can use this wherever you want. And I'm thinking about actually creating a components library for you, so you can just download all of these components for yourselves and then use them and customize them yourselves. I think that would be a good idea actually. I guess that's it for this tutorial, and this is basically how to create a simple progress bar. Thank you, and I'll see you the next time. Bye!